Welcome back. Today, we are going to dive into a huge challenge that pretty much every growing business faces: managing knowledge. We're going to talk about how to build a brain for your company, a central intelligence that completely changes how your team works and creates. And we'll be using an incredible tool called Claude to get it done.
So be honest. Does this sound painfully familiar? Your brand guidelines are in a Google Doc somewhere. That critical SEO report is a CSV file hiding in someone's downloads folder. And your customer personas, yeah, they're buried deep inside a slide deck from who knows when. It's organized chaos, right? And it just leads to mixed messages and so much wasted time. But what if you could pull all of that scattered knowledge together into one single intelligent place? What if you could literally give your business its very own dedicated brain? Well, that's exactly the big idea we're going to build out today. So how do we actually build this brain? Well, we start with a foundation, and that foundation is called a Claude project. Think of this as the dedicated home for your new marketing AI.
A Claude project is so much more than just a folder where you dump files. It's a completely self-contained workspace. It has its own memory, its own chat history, and its own special set of rules. You can think of it as a dedicated studio for a very specific goal, like, say, running your entire Q4 marketing campaign.
And, getting started is shockingly simple. It is literally a three-step process. You give your project a name, you write a quick description of its goal, which is great for keeping your team on the same page, and then you just click Create. And that's it. You've just laid the cornerstone for your new business brain. Okay, so we've built the container. Now comes the really fun part, making it smart. We're going to start feeding it knowledge and laying down the rules for how it should think and act.
Now, this next part is absolutely crucial to understand. You give it two main types of input. First, there's project knowledge. This is the what it knows, your reference materials, your data, all your files. And then you've got project instructions. This is the how it behaves. This is where you get to define its personality, its tone of voice, its style, and even the point of view it should take.
So for a marketer, what does that knowledge diet actually look like? Well, you can upload your official brand and tone guidelines, the latest SEO reports, those deep dive competitor analyses, really detailed customer personas, and even performance data from past campaigns. This is how the brain learns the very specific DNA of your business. But listen, a brain that only knows things isn't quite enough, is it? You want a brain that can do things for you. And this brings us to the next level, teaching it repeatable skills. Okay, here's the key difference to get your head around. Projects are your knowledge hubs. They're like the library where all the information is stored. But skills are like little procedural machines. They're built to carry out specific, repeatable tasks using the knowledge that's already in your project. So the project has the what, and the skill handles the how. Let's look at a real-world example. You could create a skill with a prompt just like this one. Draft a 500-word blog post in our brand voice, optimized for the keyword AI for marketing, and make sure to include a call to action. Now, every single time you run this skill, it follows that exact recipe, pulling from the brand guidelines and SEO reports you already gave it. It's automation for creative work. And now for my absolute favorite part. Your business brain doesn't just think and write. It can actually build stuff. Let's talk about creating interactive outputs, which Claude calls artifacts.
Artifacts are honestly one of the most powerful features. They are these standalone, interactive outputs that Claude builds for you in a dedicated window right next to your chat. We're talking about real, functional code, entire HTML pages, or even complex diagrams that you can use, test, and edit right away.
I mean, just imagine giving it a prompt like this. Build an interactive dashboard to track our new campaign's social media mentions and sentiment. You're not just asking for a report, you're asking it to build you a custom tool on the fly. And just like that, you can literally watch your ideas come to life. An interactive dashboard, a landing page prototype, a flowchart of your entire customer journey. It gets built in seconds, and it's ready for you to use. It's pretty incredible. So when you pull all of this together, what do you really have? Well, you've basically got a marketing superpower, a brain that doesn't just hold information, but one that actively learns, grows, and works right alongside you and your team. And this is a system that grows with you beautifully. You might worry about overloading the brain with too much info, but Claude has a really clever solution. As your project gets bigger, it uses a feature that expands its knowledge capacity by up to 10 times, without losing quality. The cool part is, it intelligently pulls only the most relevant pieces of information for whatever you ask it to do, so it stays super fast and incredibly accurate. Just think about what this really means for your day-to-day. You now have a partner that centralizes all your team's knowledge. It ensures perfect brand consistency in every single thing it creates. It automates all those repetitive creative tasks like drafting ad copy or social media posts. It turns your boring data into cool, interactive tools. And best of all, it collaborates with your entire team.
So your marketing brain is ready to learn. It's a blank slate, just full of potential. The only real question left is, what are you going to teach it first?